from DIFC.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Live at ICD Brookfield Place, the place to be.
Nothing like doing a currency update on the fly when you've got 47 tabs open and none of them are the right one. Right, I do have the right tab open for my next guest because one of our big headlines this morning is the fact that Amanat's Education subsidiary is going public. They're going to sell a 30% stake. They've got plans to list on the Tadawul, that's the Saudi Stock Exchange. Very pleased to be joined now by Fadi Habib, who's the Managing Director of Al Massa. Good morning.
Good morning, Brandy.
So we're taking Al Masar Education and taking it public with a 30% stake. Why is now the right time for that?
So we believe the business has grown to the right scale for the business. And we operate today in two segments of the education market that are very attractive, that have strong fundamental growth drivers behind them, and that are aligned with the national strategies of the countries we operate in. So the performance of the business, the attractiveness of the market sector, we believe now is the right time to open it up for investors for the next phase of growth.
Right, and that's the special education and that's also the higher education.
Right.
You're listed in Dubai on the DFM, and yet you're going to take the subsidiary public in Saudi, and the subsidiary operates in both markets, the UAE and Saudi. Why have you chosen the kingdom for this?
So Al Masar is based in Saudi Arabia. It's a Saudi company with the head office in Riyadh. And as you know, the Saudi education market is the largest in the region and has very strong growth drivers. In addition to that, look, we're in a very lucky position because we have options in the region. We have Dubai, we have Abu Dhabi, and we have Tadawul. But we felt, given where we are today, strategically the right place to go was to go with Tadawul.
We've heard a lot from and about the Tadawul recently in terms of what it's doing to open the stock market up further to foreign investors, whether that is loosening the criteria for foreign investment, the amount that can be held. We're hearing about calls that they want to see more activity from retail investors to boost liquidity. How will that benefit you?
So of course, as the markets open up more to additional investors, that will increase the depth of the capital markets, it will increase the liquidity of the shares, and will improve access to capital as we look to continue to grow the business.
The Saudi regulators also said to be very keen on seeing larger retail tranches. How big is yours?
So our IPO is going to have a 30% tranche for retail.
Why have you gone with that?
You know, we believe the opportunity is in the right market. It's a defensive sector, and we believe it's going to have a good uptake by the retail investors, and we want to give them this opportunity to also participate in our journey.
However, retail investors are really fond of a dividend.
Right.
Tell me if I've missed it, but I couldn't see a prescribed dividend policy for you other than a specified dividend policy, other than just distributing maybe on financial performance. How are you going to handle the dividend?
Right, so just to give you a little bit of context, so our internal cash flow generation at the business is very strong. It's been growing over the years, and our business model is asset light. So we're able to continue to grow without the need for very large capital expenditure. Hence, we have internal cash flows that are able to help us grow and give us flexibility to pay dividend. However, the dividend will be assessed on an annual basis depending on performance of the business, available opportunities to invest further, and will always be subject to shareholder approval.
Do investors now, though, want to know a number? Do they want to know a percentage number?
I think, given the history and the performance of the business, people can get a sense of the dividend capability of the business going forward.
So this announcement comes just after a week or so. You have said that you are going with Heriot-Watt University into the kingdom. Big announcement. We had Dame Heather on the show here talking to us about it. How much further can you take those kind of partnerships? You've got Middlesex University here in the UAE. Is there talk about taking them into the kingdom?
So as you know, we have Middlesex University in Dubai. It's the largest university today in Dubai with 6,500 students. Now, as we look to try to replicate that business model in Saudi Arabia, we have entered into an MOU with Heriot-Watt to together launch a branch campus of Heriot-Watt in Saudi Arabia. So we'll be working on that, and we'll update the market as we progress. We believe this is the right fit for the market, Heriot Watt, for example, is the number 2 university in the UK for employability, which is something very important, we believe, for the Saudi student.
Are there plans, though, to move Middlesex into any other Gulf markets, to bring other international universities in? What's your growth strategy for that international university market?
Right, so given our profile and our success with Middlesex University Dubai, this is what we're trying to continue to do. So this is where the MOU with Heriot Watt comes in, and this is the strategy will continue to be to look for international partners where required in education generally, as well as homegrown brands like Abu Dhabi University and our special needs business in Saudi Arabia.
I've got 40 seconds left with you. We've recently seen IPOs cancel or not perform as well in the secondary market as hoped. As you proceed through the IPO and your share sale, what will you be doing to make sure that yours lists and performs for those who buy your shares on the secondary market?
So I think our focus is on growing the business, and we've been able to demonstrate that over the last few years. The growth has been excellent. We are in the right market sectors, we believe, that have very strong underlying drivers, and this gives us confidence in our ability to get to a successful listing. And all the current indications and discussions with potential investors has been very positive.
Well, good luck. We look forward to seeing what happens next. Fadi Habib, Managing Director of Al Massa, the education subsidiary that Amanat Holding has announced its IPO plans for. Good to speak to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandy. Very nice to meet you.